Hi there, Junior Tikkie family. My name is Ferdi Yennis, and I am the founder of Roar and a proud alumni of the University of Pretoria. I hope you are doing extremely well in this extreme time we find ourselves in. I'm also very excited to spend this time with you today as we explore the concept of personal development. I know personal development is a very broad term, it's multifaceted, but at the end of the day, we are going to be focusing on the basics in a theme called I Am a Brand. I had the privilege of completing an honors degree in marketing and communication management at this institution. And during that time, a dream came alive in my heart, a dream to teach people how to brand themselves and market themselves better. The difference between marketing and branding can be defined in the following way. To the gents out there, marketing is asking a girl out on a date, and branding is the reason why she would say yes. Now, in order to be successful in personal branding, one needs to first believe that it's possible to develop yourself as a brand. You know, the successful brands and organizations out there place a lot of emphasis on intentionally developing their brands by plowing time and resources into that particular brand. And you will have to do the same, time and resources. So I want to encourage you to take this time, take this resource, and start developing your personal brand. Take, for example, the orange. What happens when you squeeze this orange? Well, of course, orange juice will come out of it. When pressure is applied to this orange, the nutrients of this orange comes out. Now, it works exactly the same with us as individuals. What happens when pressure is applied to your life? So if I had the ability to place a lot of pressure on you right now, what do you think will come out of you? Would it be joy, kindness, patience, excellence? Or maybe will it be anger, bitterness, blame, resentment? That is why it's super important to know what you carry on the inside. Marketing of an orange is to share the overview of what the orange is about. But then on the branding side, it is to share what is within. What value do you carry? And that is what we want to achieve with the I'm a Brand program. Yes, we want to activate you to build a successful and significant brand. But most importantly, we want to get you to the place where you understand the value that you carry. The most successful brands in the world know the value that they carry, but they also have this ability to deal with the pressure. And I want to say this to you, life is designed to create pressure. You will face pressure, but it's in those moments that the real you can arise. Just think about a diamond. A diamond is created under extreme pressure. And that is why it's super important to understand what value you carry, that in those moments of pressure, that you remain authentically yourself. So I want to talk to you about the foundational aspects of building a brand. Many people ask me, Ferdi, how do I build this particular brand? And we're going to focus on those foundational things. The first thing we will be focusing on is asking the 3 fundamental questions when developing a personal brand. Secondly, we'll be talking about how brands can create experiences for people. And then lastly, and this will happen on the online platform, we will be discussing the brand equation, where we will give you a tool to develop your personal brand, not only for success, but also for significance. Let's start with the 3 fundamental questions: the what, the who, and the how question. When developing a personal brand, you have to ask yourself these 3 questions to have clarity in developing your particular brand. The what question is a question that most people can answer fairly easily. If you ask someone, what is it that your brand is going to be doing in the future, they will be saying to you, I want to be a doctor, or I want to be an engineer or a teacher. So the what question is fairly easy. The difficult question you need to answer is the who question. Who do you want to be in the future? Who is your brand going to be in the future? And that is the difficult part. And that's maybe the aspect we want to help you with regards to the I Am a Brand program. So just as an example, the former president of South Africa, Mr. Nelson Mandela, is not remembered for what he did. He's actually remembered for who he was. If I had to tell you today that Mr. Mandela was a lawyer, most of you would say, wow, I didn't know that. But he was a very successful lawyer, but he's not remembered for that. He's remembered for who he was. He was a man of equality, a man who fought for justice, a kind man. And that is what we will be remembered for. And I think it's time we put a lot of emphasis on this area of our lives and our brand building process. The third question you need to ask is the how question. How is your brand perceived? Your brand is creating a perception out there, and you need to learn how to manage that perception. I believe that if you ask the first two questions to yourself and you answer them authentically and honestly, then the how will automatically kick into place. Your perception with your peers around you will be a positive one. The second area we'll be looking at today is brands have the opportunity to create experiences. You have the opportunity to create experiences with the people around you. You have the opportunity to create positive experiences. And there are three areas that we're going to be looking at in this process. Number one is brands use the senses to create a positive experience or a negative one. But if you look at the senses, if I, as an example, stood in front of the camera today and I was wearing torn clothes, my face was dirty, my hair was all screwed up, you probably wouldn't have listened to me as attentively as you do now. The reason for that is because your senses is telling you, I can listen to this particular individual. So just as an example, the way you look after yourself already creates an experience for people. So I want to encourage you, remember, your senses creates an experience for people and has an impact on the brand that you are busy building. The second area in this process we're going to be looking at is emotions. Brands use emotions to create an experience for people. As an example, when I was at varsity a while back, I had the opportunity to go. We were going to have a braai, and I went to the butchery with two of my friends, lady friends. And as we walked into the butchery, some of the men behind the counters made vulgar comments about the girls that were accompanying me. I took the meat, I put it down, and I said to the girls, we are leaving. We left, and I haven't been back to that particular butchery in 10 years. You might be thinking, Ferdy, but that's harsh, eh? But at the end of the day, what happened was the experience that I had with that particular butchery created an emotion in me that I didn't want to associate with ever again. So brands create emotions. You have the opportunity to create positive emotions, which will have a positive effect on the brand that you are building. So remember, when you spend time with people, create positive emotions, it will have a positive effect on your brand. The third component of this process is the value that you add. Brands create experiences through the value it adds to the society that it finds itself in. So I want to encourage you, this time of your life, it's important to identify the value that you can add. Maybe you're going to be adding value from an occupation point of view, the career choices that you make, but also from the service to the people around you. If a brand doesn't add value, it is not needed. Just think about it. If I start a business right now and it doesn't add value, do you think customers will come to me? Of course not. They won't. So I want to say to you, you need to find that place where you can add value, where your brand can add value in the bigger picture of society. And that is exactly where your brand will be established and will be successful and will be significant. The third and final component, which is the brand equation, will be discussed in depth on the Junior Tikkie online platform. I want to encourage you to sign up for this course. It's practical, it's exciting, and once you've completed this course, you will have a complete branding plan that you can put up against your wall and keep yourself in line, in check with that particular plan. This is me, Ferdi Yennis from Roar. Looking forward to interacting with you again. I hope you have a fantastic day. Hoop julle het 'n baie lekker dag. Unele litsatsi lele munati. Cheers.